Tonight?
Urson tonight.
Any other lineup changes?
No.
John, with Lixell, I'm a little curious. When you're evaluating him, are you looking for him to show his offensive game or kind of prove he can play in a bottom six role up here?
I'm just watching him play. And then from there, you evaluate where he fits. Yes, there's no specific part of his game. For a guy that wants to get to the National Hockey League, he has to have all parts of his game. So we're just watching him play, and we'll take it from there. Trying to give him an offensive chance.
With Jacob Peltier, is it kind of the same thing where you kind of are still trying to figure out where he even fits in terms of even
I haven't
or top?
I haven't seen him play enough. Yeah, he hasn't played a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
I know you want that evaluation. I can't give it to you. You're gonna have to wait.
Well, how do you balance that? I think you kind of talked about it the other day. You still want to win games. You still want to make a push here, but you still got to learn about guys. How do you sort of work that push-pull?
When the puck is dropped, we're trying to win. So however it works, sometimes when you're trying to win and you have some guys that aren't playing well, other guys may get an opportunity. That's when they have their chance. So, yeah, every time we put a uniform on, I'm not placing guys into a spot to watch them play. I'll put the best lines out in certain situations that I like, in offensive situations, defensive situations. If things aren't working out, that's when a door may open for someone, and that's when you can watch them play.
Is that maybe where you rely on, in his case, maybe Rocky a little bit, because he's spending more time watching the forwards? Maybe he might pick out something that you might miss because you're watching everything?
There's no question Rocky during a game can evaluate better than I can, because it's very busy for me as far as matches, as we talked about the other day. So yeah, during the game when maybe we're stale and I'm looking to move some lines around, he'll give me some thoughts as far as who he thinks is going. And that's where you get an opportunity to look at a guy in another spot.
With Sam, have you and Kim Dilbaugh have any conversations about where it seems like it hits a certain point in the season and he starts to struggle a little bit? Is it maybe a reevaluation of how much he plays in the beginning? Is it a different reevaluation? Because it's kind of
Sam's struggles has nothing to do with how much he's played. Sam has been inconsistent. Our goaltending's been inconsistent. Sam put together I think end of December into full month of January, early February, he put together a really good package of games. That's what we're looking for. I think with Sam, as we move forward, we're hoping it's going to be a tandem. We're not going to ask Sam to play 55, 60 games if he's the guy. I think it's going to be a tandem. So we're still evaluating. He's been inconsistent. Sometimes you watch him play and you think he's got it, but then he falls off, and happens to a lot of goalies. That's why some goalies just don't play and are out of the National Hockey League. So we continue to evaluate, and we're going to continue to do the same thing these last 15 games or so.
How do you balance that? Because it seems like during that stretch especially, he was playing a lot, and he seemed to thrive on playing a lot. How do you balance that with the potential of the inconsistencies of that?
Well, we don't have a crystal ball as far as when we think he's going to be inconsistent. Dilly and I talk about, because he's the position coach, he and I talk about where he thinks is as far as energy. It's a different position now. Back in the day, they play. I mean, I look at Vasilevsky with Tampa. He just plays. I do think sometimes we overthink that, but I'm going to rely on Dilly especially with Sam, because Sam has been thrusted into a spot that I think it's been unfair for him, and when this organization was set back, when things changed with our goaltending situation, especially Sam not allowing him to develop. So he's been force-fed a little bit here. So that's where I rely on Dilly in letting me know what he thinks is, where his energy level is. He can see within his game. I can't. That he might be getting sloppy. That's what he comes to me and says, we may have to go with Feds or Coley, whatever it may be, the next game. It's been unfair to him, and I don't think our goaltending's been good enough. I've told you guys that. The numbers bear it out too. But it's been unfair because this organization's been set on its heels in that position, the most important position, because of what happened to it. So we have to take that in consideration also.
Can I follow up real quick? How do you, the team was not playing well in front of him for a good chunk of time there. How do you make sure it's not just him kind of putting it on himself that, this is, not everyone, not even a Vasilevsky may probably stop some of those goals kind of thing. So how do you balance that where you, with the evaluation, where it's, okay, you see like maybe a goal he should have stopped versus all these goals that no one would really be able to stop?
It's a constant team evaluation as we go through it. I'm certainly not laying everything at the doorstep, but it's the most important position in the game as far as winning and losing, and giving your chance a team to win. We have a combination of I think inconsistent goaltending with a very young team. I think we've done a fairly good job this year as far as defending, as far as keeping our shots. I think we're at 26, 27 shots a game. I'm not sure what the numbers are, Jackie, as far as the defense. But when it's certainly not running Sam down, because when we show our tape and we talk to our team, we're always trying to be better defensively in front of our team. And we've certainly had breakdowns there.
Last one.
I know with the Hurricanes in the past, you mentioned how they're pressure all over you man to man. Just how critical will it be to try to match that? And also, I know you guys don't play man to man, but just be smart with the puck and match their energy.
I think the biggest key, because we do have some guys that our lineup, I just want us to aware that we've got to be quick. Even when we have the puck, more than when we don't, we got to be quick because they're on us. It's their man-on-man is not man-on-man in their own end zone. They are pressuring all over the ice. So I think that's one of the biggest keys tonight for an Andre, for Rod and players like that haven't played against them. Be ready, because they have good sticks and they depend on that. They are just pressing all the time. We got to be ready to be quick with our hands, with our mind, and make sure we're not turning pucks over, because they're a very dangerous team that way.